Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well today. In this video I want to show you how to advertise to your ideal customers using Facebook ads, and then how to discover those audiences you want to target with your ads. But first you need to understand a few things about targeting in general on Facebook. There are two main types of targeting, which is the automatic one and the assisted one. With the automatic targeting, basically you do nothing and let Facebook discover everything about your customers, everything about your ads, and let it optimize its delivery so it gets you the best results. And yes, it works as of 2021. But what you need to understand is that the more narrow, the more niched you are with your audiences, the more you'll have to spend money. So let's say, for example, if you are in a very broad niche like selling toothpaste, you have a high chance to hit your target audience right off the bat without using any type of targeting. Whereas if you have a narrow audience, Facebook will try different types of audiences. So if it's the case for you, you'll have to use assisted targeting. And what do I mean by that? There are two types of assisted targeting, which is interest-based and lookalike based. Since the time is very limited in this video, I'm going to keep it very short. Basically, the more data you have, the more you can rely on audiences, on lookalike audiences, and the less data you have, you'll have to go on this side. And interest targeting, for who doesn't know, if you know, you can skip this part, but for whoever doesn't know, interest targeting gives us advertisers the possibility to reach out to our customers based on what Facebook has learned this far about them when being active inside of their app, or when browsing the internet on sites that are tracked by Facebook's pixels, or by their conversion APIs and by other means. And in just a few words, it allows us to tell Facebook who out there is our ideal customer, who out there we'd like to do business with and show our ads to. Facebook's learning kind of works like this. When you engage on a given topic, either by liking images, videos, or links, or commenting, or visiting, so basically any type of engagement, Facebook links your profile to that topic via some tag, which they also call interest. So basically, if you ever liked pictures of dogs on Facebook, you're most likely associated with the word dogs. Now, interest targeting is mainly used on two scenarios. Either when you don't have any data because you have a new account, new customer, new client, it's a new project you're working on. And when you want to reach out a different type of customer, because if you already have, like, for example, a thousand customers in your database, and you use the lookalike feature on Facebook, Facebook is going to give you the exact same type of customer. So what you need to do is to go ahead and pick some new interests and target a new audience, a new type of customer that you would like to work with. And for example, if you're selling backpacks, you realize backpacks are good for many types of activities, like hiking on the mountains, for tourism, for traveling, for carrying your laptop, going to school. And if you already have 1,000 past customers in your database that those have in common just going and hiking on the mountains, and you want to expand your reach to other demographics, then you will realize that using the lookalike audiences is only going to help you sell just those types of backpacks. So this is a perfect moment to go back to interest targeting and create new demographics, new target audiences that you want to target and you want to show your products to. Now, I would like to insist on this part on interest targeting, because a lot of advertisers don't have any data, don't have any past visitors, customers, or whatever, so they cannot leverage any existing audiences. So when looking for interest targeting for interests, this is where most people get stuck, and it happens because of one reason. Also, one of the reasons why most people fail with their marketing campaigns, regardless of them being ads campaigns or email or whatever. And the reason is not knowing your avatar. And I know it sounds like something you've already heard a million times before, but trust me on this one. And let me give you an example. Like, if you wanted to target programmers, Would you go and just target the keyword programmers? Because if your answer is yes, you're probably wrong. And my advice is to go and target keywords specific to their profession, like keywords like JavaScript, which is a programming language, or server to server, or other specific programming slang, so to speak. And I think the answer is obvious. And as I was saying earlier, I don't like going after the broadest, meaningless keywords out there. Instead, you need to spend some time to understand your ideal customer and then target more specific keywords. Like, for example, if they're using any brands in the industry, a hiking enthusiast will probably know about Salomon, which is a hiking shoes brand, or Deuter, they make backpacks. You wouldn't just target hiking, right? So, or you could ask yourself if they follow any influencers or personalities on the internet. For example, if your avatar was people interested in investing, you'd probably be better off targeting Robert Kiyosaki than just the keyword investing. So knowing your avatar is critical when starting out with your interest targeting research, because it will help you save a lot of money wasted on your ads. And it's a known fact that if you target the wrong people, then no matter how good your creatives are, how good your copy is, how well your page converts, if you target the wrong people, it simply won't work and your money will go down the drain. And the obvious question now is, how do you discover those interests you want to target? How do you go deeper with your research? And for this, I'm going to introduce you to a tool called Audiencer. And Audiencer does a very cool thing. They have a tool called Niche Explorer inside of Audiencer, and what this does is it lets you tell it the niche you are in. So let me choose the example earlier with programmers. And when you click on here, it's going to give you a bunch of interests related to programming, like for example JavaScript, I was saying earlier, software development, information technology, Java, which is another programming language. So what Audiencer does is they're grouping the interests on Facebook into niches. So even if you don't know what you want to search, like maybe it's a new client you just onboarded, maybe it's a new project of yours, and or maybe you just don't know your niche well enough. What Audiencer does is it helps you with good ideas on what to target and whatnot. And once you type your keywords, as you're seeing here, you're getting a lot of suggestions. So what you want to do here is create a new audience and type programmers in this example, and then it say programmers, and then save and continue. And when you go here, you're going to find, let's grab a couple of programming languages, Java, software, PHP, Python, C. And when you click on the plus sign here, Audiencer adds those interests you click the plus sign for on your saved interests. So basically you have now a collection that you won't lose even if you refresh the page in here. And if you want to discover more of these, you just have to select them all or just a few. I'm going to show you a quick trick in a moment, and click on the suggestions button. And what Audiencer does via the API of Facebook is to get you even more slang. Like, would you ever be able to target XML or Visual Basic.net or Basic? I guess the obvious answer is no. And once you have, for example, programming languages, you can let me go back to Niche Explorer. You can go to programmer and type and find a few more keywords non-related to programming languages, and let me find a few more game programmer. And I want to show you a cool trick in here. Inside of programmers, under my saved interests, I can select my SQL in here and grab suggestions only for that one. and you see right now it gives me names of database technologies. So what is very interesting in here is you can you can ask for adaptive suggestions from Facebook, and this is very cool because, for example, if you were in the let me see, in the dogs niche, and under saved interests you had dog food and let me see, Royal Canin, Yams, Yukunuba. Once you click on the suggestions tab, Facebook is going via Facebook is going to give you more interests related to food. So if you want to go even more narrow and grab only food types or training types for dogs, you can do this. And this is one thing you cannot do via the ads manager or any other tool, and so is the audience suggestions via your niche. So just by telling audiencer you are in the dogs niche, you can see it brings you a bunch of interests like dog breed or French bulldog, which is a breed, or miniature, I can't even pronounce this, PetSmart, which is a brand, and they also have a score, a relevance score, which tells you how relevant this interest is to your niche. So in this case, dog behavior is very relevant to the dog's niche, whereas if you were in the programming niche and you wanted to target dog behavior, as you can probably tell, it's not relevant at all. Now, what another cool thing that Audiencer does is it really keeps you organized, and this is especially useful for agencies and freelancers because, you know, when you onboard a new client and you want to do your targeting research for them, this takes quite a lot of time. And if you get a new client in an older niche where you had the same client, you can just go back to your old files if you had any, and if you didn't do your research on the fly, or you can go to Audiencer, and Audiencer for each client they recommend for each client you have a different project. So inside of projects you can have audiences, and each audience is basically a collection of interests you can keep in here. So for each client you have a project, and also for each client you may have multiple audiences that you keep inside of your dashboard. So in my case I have dogs and programmers. Audiencer sells for $1.99, and I think it's a bargain just by comparing, just giving how much times it saves you on a daily basis with your client's work and with your targeting research. And if you like what you saw in this video, and if you want to have a look yourself, by the way, they also have a free tier just to try the product, to poke around and see if it's for you. Click the link below or above this video, and thanks for watching.